having explained what is the nature of a genuine relationship between a qualified and bona fide guru and also a qualified student, apprentice, or disciple, whatever we want to call them, there is a common idea that people have in the West, and it's often because of a certain amount of things that they've read or heard in the media. There is this fearfulness that, okay, if I become a disciple of a guru, am I not going to be exploited? And we're revisiting this, if we actually thoughtfully considered what we have just discussed, this question would not actually arise. I mean, we can see in the world most of the heavy exploitation that has taken place or that is well known about has occurred not necessarily within the realm of yoga teachers, although there has been some. It has been far more frequent with different forms of obscure Christian or so-called Christian groups. If we look at the East, we do not see this phenomena manifest very, very widely. So to put yourself in a subordinate position to anyone, we must admit that this has the potential for abuse. Therefore, it is such a serious and important thing. And if we are able to come to understand the real qualifications of a bona fide teacher, and we have the luxury of time to observe and to consider whether a certain person has this level of qualification, then one will not find themselves in this situation. We usually see that the nature of the relationship that develops between a spiritual teacher or guru and a disciple or apprentice, spiritual novice, is one that is based on genuine affection and love. And so people will normally think, wow, if you find yourself in that kind of situation, isn't that a place where you can become exploited? Well, we can ask the same question about marriages in this world. People make a commitment based on love, and they sometimes become exploited, but not necessarily. And if a person is guarded and cautious and careful, then they will not be in that situation within a marriage. And similarly, when a person seeks out a teacher, a guide, and takes up the position of an apprentice, a disciple, and begins learning, in a genuine relationship, we often see that it develops over time. As the student or disciple grows in confidence and the understanding and experience that, yes, I can trust this person, coupled with a sense of deep gratitude. The deep gratitude comes from being able to engage in the yogic practices and to experience a personal transformation where my understanding begins to grow and blossom, I begin to see things. I see this world and things within this world with a different eye, from a different perspective. And I personally begin to experience the fruit of yoga practice also, which is the experience of genuine spiritual love, of actual wisdom. This growth of wisdom is a natural result of a genuine spiritual or yogic practice. If after some time I am having such a positive experience and I have grown gradually and cautiously, I've grown to trust and respect this person, then it is only natural that I will have a very profound sense of thankfulness and appreciation for what has been given to me without any cost, without any requirement that I give something back in return. Then I will feel very, very appreciative of such a person, and this relationship will take on a deeper mood of actual love and appreciation. But it is found not just on some sentiment or some blind acceptance. It's based on a real experience, and being able to ascertain that what this person is teaching and the way they are directing is absolutely consistent with thousands and thousands of years of yogic teaching from great authorities and from the ancient yogic scripture. An additional point that I'd like to make in relation to this, the nature of this relationship between a student or disciple and their teacher or guru. A guru cannot make spiritual advancement for you. You have a personal and individual responsibility to walk this path yourself and to experience what are meant to be the fruits of this practice. This individual responsibility is never relinquished. It doesn't matter how profound the relationship becomes, the individual responsibility always remains. So the idea of giving up individual responsibility and becoming a mindless follower, this does not exist within the realm of genuine yoga teaching. A mindless person just following along would be the antithesis of a real yogi. A real yogi by nature is a very strong individual who is very focused on their individual responsibility and their personal pursuit in spiritual life. And that individual responsibility is never relinquished. It is never turned over to a guru or any other person. So this is one of the unique features of this yoga process.